In our last video, we went over some key vocabulary and created our first directory to hold some of our code. We did that using the mkdir command. And to use the mkdir command, you type in mkdir followed by a new directory name. And this will actually create a new directory or folder with the selected name. And we're going to use mkdir, mkdir, to create any of the new folders or directories in our project. In this video, we're going to learn how to navigate around in our IDE, in our actual computer, using nothing but the terminal. To start off, I'm going to take a brief minute and break down what's going on down here in this little box. If you look down here at the bottom of our screen, the tab that holds our terminal starts off with the word bash, followed by my username, Jeff Astor, in some leet speak. And it's actually displayed on each line in green. This is telling me who the active user is during each terminal command. After my username, there's a colon, followed by this little squiggly, sideways squiggly actually, that we call a tilde. And I'm going to put this in up here. The tilde is an important vocabulary term, essentially. It's a term or a symbol, and it stands for the root of my computer. Now, the root of the computer is the home in our file tree. It's interesting to see that this root isn't actually displayed in our file tree on the left, and instead up here we have first workspace, the name of our workspace. Now, down here in the terminal, there's a slash, which means we're going into another directory beneath the tilde. And this is a little funky. It's a weird gotcha, but fortunately it's not that important. But this right here, this workspace, is actually the same thing as this up here that says first workspace. Why they chose to keep this the same and let you name it something different up here, I'm not exactly sure, but that's what it is. So it's letting us know that the current location in our terminal is inside this first workspace folder. That's why when we touched the notes.txt, it appeared inside the first workspace folder. And when we mkdir made a new directory, learn to code, that directory appeared inside the first workspace directory or folder as well. Now, if I want to move around in my terminal, there's a few new commands that I have to teach you. The first one is ls, the second one is cd, and the third one is pwd, just like that. These three commands each do different things, and I'm going to show you exactly what they are right now. ls stands for basically list, and what it'll do is it'll list out all of the files and folders in the current directory. Now, if we come down here to our terminal and we type in ls, we should see all of the files and folders inside the first workspace directory, and there should be only one folder, learn to code. Now, even though there's a file inside learn to code, we shouldn't see it. And when we hit ls, we see learn to code. Now, if I want to see notes.txt, the file, I have to actually move inside my terminal into the learn to code directory. And there's a way to do that. It's using the next command I gave you, cd, which stands for change directory. And it allows you to change into the selected directory. So we can come down here and say cd, and then type in the name of the directory we want to move into, which is learn-to-code. And if we typed it in correctly, we should see a change in what comes after my username right here. And we do. It says tilde/workspace/learn-to-code, which means we are now inside the learn to code directory in our terminal. And if we type in ls again to list out all the files and folders, we should see notes.txt. And when we see that, we know that we are good to go. Now, if at any point you want to know exactly where you are relative to the root of your computer, you can type in the last command, which pwd stands for print working directory. tells you where you are in your file tree. I don't think you can see that. Let me scroll down a little bit. Tells you where you are in your file tree. And once you type in pwd, you'll see that we are in the home/Ubuntu/workspace/learn to code. Now, one thing you should know is that getting back is a little bit more complicated, because when we typed in ls here, and I'll type it in again, we can see that we can only see the files and folders inside the current directory. What if we want to move back one up to the first workspace directory again? Well, there's a specific command for that as well, and I'm actually going to list it right after cd. It's just, right up here. Oh, I don't think I'm clicking inside there. There we go. cd space ... And that will change your directory by going up one directory in the file and folder tree. So I'm going to type cd ... and I should expect it to take me from the learn to code directory back into the first workspace directory. And so when I hit enter, boom, I'm back in the workspace directory. And if I type in ls, I should see just learn to code. And I do, which means everything is good. So these last three commands, last four really, ls, cd, cd ... and pwd, are invaluable when you're moving around inside the terminal. So I'm going to save the rest of this for later, but that's pretty much it for now. Notice that my notes.txt file still needs to be saved. So I'm going to come up here, click File, Save, and I will see you in the next video.